Hey y'all, good morning everybody. Good morning. Woo! It's a little Monday morning. I'm gonna wait for you guys to come on just to give you some tips today about what you can do while you are quarantined during this coronavirus. So this morning, and I guess pretty much every morning, I'm Chisa Pennix-Brown. I am coming to you at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time because this is a good time for me, okay? Plus, if you're at the house, pretty much almost any time is a good time for you. But today, I wanted to talk to you about specifically some things that you can do to organize your work schedule while you are at home. I started this challenge I think on the 18th, and so the 14 days goes into the 31st, because I challenged myself to be accountable on a daily basis to make sure that I get up, put on some clothes, talk to some people, and this also helps me with my little extroversion. So today, I was looking at some of the things that people were sending me, and last week it was a whole bunch of people that were saying, well, you know, they're at home, but they're sleeping during the day, they're snacking, they're not as productive. But it was a bunch of people that were like, well, I'm productive. So I started talking to the people that said that they were productive, and then just trying to find out why people weren't being productive. And I came up with a couple of things. Sometimes it was just people were depressed. Sometimes people just didn't feel like doing anything. Other times it was people said that they had a whole bunch of stuff to do, but they just couldn't prioritize. And you know, that's one of my favorite things to do. So on a regular basis, especially now, a daily basis, I try to write out a to-do list of what I need to get done during the course of the week, right? And so when I look at what I need to get done during the week, that kind of helps me to say, okay, well, which thing is the most important? Now, for me, the things that make money are always the most important things. So, invoices need to go out, purchase orders, emails where they can generate money. Anything along those lines are the things that need to be focused on. So if you're sitting at home and you're like, well, what am I going to do? Think about the things that actually make you money. So if that is sending correspondence to your customers who have been shopping with you for the longest time, and maybe you need to give them a discount, free shipping if you have a product-driven business, or if you need to come up with some type of batching of sales so that this way you can have some type of, what's the word I'm looking for? So you can have like a package or a bundle of something. That may be something that you do as well. Maybe during this time you have a membership where you can do something like for 30 days or for 60 days or for 90 days to get people to want to spend money with you. So I'm just giving you some ideas because at the end of the day, I need you to continue to make money. So I think, and this is just my opinion, you can do what you want to do with your life. When you're by yourself, especially for my people who are not used to working from home, then I'm not saying that you need to work a whole 8-hour day. What I'm saying is work at least 4 hours during the day. And so I'm going to give you 3 different segments of time that you can kind of choose to make decisions on what you do as far as work. Now, whatever time you get up is contingent upon you, but when you get up, you also need to be in the mode to start getting work done. So if you get up, take your, shower, brush your teeth, wash your face, all of that good stuff, eat breakfast if that's what you do early in the morning, and then get to work at a certain time, that will make things easier for you. So if you say, well, look, normally I got to be to work at 8 o'clock. I'm not going to worry about the 8 o'clock because I'm on my time now. Then maybe you'll start doing 9 o'clock things. But you may be at the type of company that they're still having meetings at 8 o'clock in the morning. So you need to continue like your regular routine. Just depends. Now, if that's not your case, then maybe you start working at like 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock in the morning. Totally, completely up to you as to what you want to do. Now, you may have my early risers who are like, I'm still going to get up at like 5, 6 o'clock in the morning. I'm still going to knock it out. So depending upon what your life is and how you feel, then you can make those decisions for your Corona content agenda and your schedule on a daily basis. But I promise you, it's a lot easier if you start saying, I'm going to work these particular 4 hours. So these are my 3 different ways for you to do it. Either you choose that you're going to work 45 minutes and then you're going to take a 15-minute break. Okay? Or you do 60 whole minutes and then take a 15-minute break. And the last one is you do 90 whole minutes and then you take a 15-minute break. And the reason that I'm suggesting these breaks for you is because you can get lost in doing one thing. You can go down the rabbit hole very easily. But if you take a break, then it gives you time to prioritize and really see, do you need to continue with this particular task that you're doing, or do you need to make some adjustments, okay? And it also just gives you a mental break so that this way you can woosah. So let me tell you what I'm going to do. Starting today, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put up some playlists for you that are going to be on my YouTube channel. Those will be 15-minute increments, right? So that this way, if you feel like you want to listen to a playlist, you can jump on there and you know that this is your 15 minutes and then you can get back to doing work. Now, you could choose to use your 15 minutes to be in the bathroom, to surf online. You could choose to do them to take a little bite to eat. You could choose to just be calm, use one of those apps that helps you meditate. Whatever it is that you do with your 15 minutes, maybe you watch TV for 15 minutes, but you can't get caught in the cycle of going too much over that, because if you go too much over 15 minutes, odds are that you will stop. Okay, so if you're watching right now, just go ahead and just type in, let me know where you're watching from, and are you working from home or are you still working during the daytime? Just let me know that. So back to this, 3 ways: 45 minutes and a 15-minute break, 60 minutes and a 15-minute break, or 90 minutes and a 15-minute break. And again, this is contingent upon which type of project you're doing, how much time you feel like really needs to be dedicated to this particular thing. But I'm telling you, having those breaks in between does help you to really structure your day. Now, if you decide that you want to work more than 4 hours, you go right on ahead and you kick it off and you do as much as you can do, because you might also be the person where you might want to work for 8 or 10 hours for one day and then you want to take a break the next day. But if you do that, then that's okay, because you've already put in all of the effort that you need to put in. But what I've noticed about being at home is that sometimes the consistency that you want to have and the level of productivity is not there. So just because you were on the computer or just because you were doing something for a certain amount of hours doesn't mean that it was productive. So when you write your to-do list out, give yourself something that you can actually check off to do in that time frame of either 45 minutes, 60 minutes, or 90 minutes, so that this way when it's done, each one of these breaks is like a reward. Like you be like, yes, I did it, I did it, I did it. You could do that to yourself. And so if you look at that and you work 4 hours a day, and I'm saying 4 hours and I'm kind of including the breaks in that time frame, or however many you want to do, 4 sets of either one of these, then what it does for you is you get 4 wins every day at a minimum. Okay. And it just depends on what you need to do. So if you want to take a lunch break, don't go more than 30 minutes if you don't have to, because you're already at home and you already got something to eat and you probably been snacking during the day anyway. So why do you need a break that's longer than 30 minutes? Nobody is there probably hounding you. Now, if you need to answer emails from people and stuff like that, you can do that. But no matter what, give yourself that whole lunch break to not deal with people. Okay, so whatever foolishness and nonsense during this time, the odds that you are going to have an emergency happen right now are probably slim to none. So that means that email can wait a little bit. All right, just think about that. Okay, so I'm gonna give you a couple of things that you can go to because some of you may need tech support. If you were working at a company or you are not technically inclined, you may need some tech support because maybe your computer or your system or something isn't doing well and you don't have the money for tech support. But I want you to go to, and so if somebody can type this in for me, it'll be really awesome. Support.com. Support.com, SUPPORT.com. They will give you free support for technical assistance kind of things for remote workers. So support.com is where you can go to, so that this way, if you need some tech support during the time of this whole quarantine, you can get some tech support. So maybe you just didn't know how to do something, and now all of a sudden you can be like, I'm a remote worker, and so I need some tech support. Maybe it was something with your computer that you didn't know, whatever. So support.com. Thank you so much, Annetta, for putting that in. The other thing is that I want to give you, if you're working with a team of people, and I'm sure you guys have heard of Zoho before, but if you could type this in, Zoho, Z-O-H-O, Zoho.com. What happens with Zoho is that this is really great for teams because they have 11 different apps that are inside of the system with Zoho, and what they do is they are free until July 1st. Now, that's because of course, this quarantine that we're in, but they're free until July 1st over at Zoho.com. So if you go to Zoho, they have meeting apps, training things. You can put your storage of your stuff if you need to like transfer stuff back and forth between your team members, presentations, all of the rest of that. So if you have team members that you need to work with, then this is good. Now, let me throw this in because I know I'm going to do another one a little bit later on, something along this line. Let's say you might be one of the types of people that is planning on doing like a virtual conference because now maybe some of your events got canceled. You can use Zoho to put the information back and forth to check everybody's presentations. So if you were going to do something along those lines, this would give you a great opportunity to be able to have a system that you can use for free. So you can use Zoho BrittCo.com for free until July 1st. So take advantage of that. Now, the other thing that I have for you is for my Adobe has some free stuff that's out there too. So go to Adobe.com because they are doing some things that you can use on there for free that are in their creative suite. And if you wanted to learn some stuff, this may be your opportunity to do that and utilize the services for free. This is especially important for my teachers. So if you're teaching K through 12 and you still want to use some of that Adobe suite stuff, then this will be your opportunity because they have some things that are free for the time being. And I think their stuff is like 90 days as well. Now, for my creative people out there, because maybe during your 15-minute breaks, or maybe when you decide that your workday is over and you just need to be creative, go to Britt.co, BRIT.co, Britt.co. Now, I've been looking at Britt for years anyway, but Britt is one of those things where if you want to learn how to creatively water paint or whatever creative people do, you want to learn how to sew or all kinds of stuff on there for your creative brain, because maybe in those breaks, you just need some creativity and maybe you can make some brand new art for yourself or you can make a gift for somebody or something. But Britt.co, BRIT.co. Now, what they're doing is they're free until the 31st of March. They may extend it. I don't know right now, but as of right now, if you want to be creative or you need something for your kids to do, or you just want to share this with any of your friends that are out there, Britt.co, BRIT.co. Britt.co is where you can go and you can get this free until March 31st, okay? Now, I'm going to go back to the beginning a little bit because even though we talked about being able to schedule things and giving yourself 3 sets, depending on how your life goes, of either 45 minutes of work, 15 minutes of break, or 60 minutes of work, 15-minute break, or 90 minutes of work, 15-minute break. Either one that you choose, what I think that you should do, because sometimes you will work over. If you are one of those types of people, raise your hand. You set a time limit, but you just kept working and working and working. If you're one of those people, then you might want to do that. So that's why I have my I have a timer that's a physical boop, 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 beep timer. And I also have my hourglass now. So once the hourglass time runs out, I'm like, okay, well, let's take a break, right? So with this, you may want to use Calendly. And let me tell you why. Because since you're at home, you have friends and family that feel like they need to call and talk during the whole day. Ma'am, sir, family, auntie, uncle, cousin, friend, sister girl, sister boy, whatever it is, I don't have all day to talk with you because I'm trying to get my work done, okay? And you want to tell them as nicely as possible, yeah, just because I'm at home does not mean I'm not working. I still need to get this money. You may not want to say it in that way, but that's really what it is. You cannot spend all day talking to people on the phone and get your work done. Let's be clear, okay? So you can use a system like Calendly. And Calendly is CALEND.LY. Calendly, CALEND.LY. Now, the reason I'm suggesting using Calendly is because they do have a free version, but now they have an extra little something because of the quarantine and things, right? And so what they're offering is they are offering at Calendly now for you to get some of the premium services, which are free Zoom and free GoToMeeting integrations through June 30th. So if you were already using either Zoom or GoToMeeting to schedule your webinars or your meetings that you were doing online, you can now integrate that for free with Calendly up until June 30th, okay? And that was a premium feature that you had to pay for before. So let's say for your 15 minutes, you want to talk on the phone and talk to grandma and them. Then you can go ahead and schedule your own time for 15 minutes for you to talk to grandma and them. And then when that time is up, you don't have time anymore. So if you want to schedule your own 45 minutes, schedule 45 minutes or 60 or 90 with yourself and say, this is the task that I'm going to do today. Then you got your 15-minute break. Then you put your next time slot in, then your 15-minute break. And so even if you tell your friends, your family, your customers, your clients that these are the times that you're available, you will get your own personalized link. So this way you can send it to people and tell them to do what? To book you, boo. Tell them to book you online because that's the only time that you have for foolishness, all right? So let's say your girlfriend wants to call up and she wants to talk about memes that are online. If she wants to do that, you have time between 11:30 and 11:45. However you need to do that, where you book out your time, and then this way people know when to call you, and they also respect your time. Now, if it's your customers and your clients, however you need to do it, then you can schedule your time out and make sure that you stay accountable to you, because it's going to send you a message to tell you that, oh my God, it's time for this next thing. So these are just some steps to help you to stay organized. Let's review. I'm talking about working at least 4 hours a day at a minimum, choosing which sections you want to work, and then giving yourself a 15-minute break, not taking more than a 30-minute lunch because you really don't need it, okay? And then also utilizing some of the apps that I mentioned in this video in order to make sure that you have the tools and resources that you need during this time of quarantine. Now I got so many more apps and so many more tools and all kinds of stuff that I'm going to give you. And don't forget that if you go over to my YouTube, you can subscribe to the YouTube channel today. So it's youtube.com/user/Lady Business. Just look for Lady Business. You'll be able to find it. And then you can subscribe. And starting today, I'm going to go ahead and put together those 15-minute playlists for you, so that this way, if you need a up, a down, an in between, a mid-tempo kind of thing, different playlists that'll be able to help you get through your day. And this will be something where this way you can share them with other people, and you could just use it to inspire yourself. So just know I might do a ratchet playlist, honey. We might do an old smoothed out jazzy kind of playlist. I love a good neo soul playlist. You know, I could do some with some sounds and some meditation-y kind of things. So I'm gonna do a couple of different playlists for you guys, so that this way you can have a mood, and then you play that. That'll give you a 15-minute break, and then you know it's time to get back to work. All right. So I hope you've enjoyed this today. Since we're back on a Monday, I made it a lot more organized, like a regular presentation, just so all my business people can get what they need really quickly, and then you can skedaddle and you can get back to work. So see you tomorrow, because we're going to have a new episode. And then by the time that we get to Wednesday, if anybody has not watched Madam C.J. Walker yet, that was on Netflix, and it's called Self-Made is the actual title, then we're going to go ahead and we're going to talk about that on Wednesday. So if you have not watched Self-Made, go ahead and watch that, because when we get to our Corona content on Wednesday, we're going to talk about the Madam C.J. Walker. And I wanted to just give you time, so that this way we'd have enough time for people to watch it and then come back and talk to it. Thank you so much, Vanessa. I appreciate you. And thank you so much, Nana. I appreciate you as well. And Annetta, thank you so much for going in, Annette, for typing in all of the stuff. I appreciate that. Hey, Sherry. So with you guys, hopefully this way you've learned something. Hopefully it's something that you can pass on. Make sure that you share this video, put it in your groups, put it on your page, and just use the resources. And then you can let me know tomorrow if you've used anything and how it's working for you. And hopefully I'll be able to give you some more free stuff that you can use tomorrow. All right. So make sure that you always show up and show out and continue to give it to the people. I'll see you tomorrow for our Corona Content Challenge. We'll be doing another day, 11 o'clock Eastern Time. See you later, guys.